Hello and welcome back to MelTheBombshell. In today's video, I'm going to do a bit of a reflection on our previous year of games, 2023, and do my MelTheBombshell Game of the Year awards for 2023. To begin in this video, I just want to give you all a quick list of the games that I played in 2023 that came out in 2023. Now, there are a lot of games that I played in the previous year that weren't released in 2023, but for today's video, I'm just going to focus on those games that released in 2023. Those games are Hi-Fi Rush, Hogwarts Legacy, Theatrhythm Final Barline, Figment 2 Creed Valley, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16, Sonic Origins Plus, Vinba, Disney Speedstorm, Cocoon, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Starfield. Now, there could be a couple of games that I have missed, and there are other games that I've dipped into a little bit, but these are the only games that I've played enough to get a good enough opinion to consider for my Game of the Year awards. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and dive into those awards, and I'm going to start out with the biggie, the Game of the Year from me, MelTheBombshell. Now, the games that I'm basing Game of the Year on are from that list that I just told you all, and I'm going to give you my top 5, starting at 5 and going to number 1, my Game of the Year. Coming in at number 5 for my Game of the Year is Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Now, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a phenomenal game. It's probably my favorite Super Mario Bros. Game, especially 2D Super Mario Bros. Game that has come out. Now, one of the main reasons that I enjoyed this game so much is that I did play it in a couch co-op session with my best friend. Now, my best friend is more of a classic gamer, likes 2D games, but mostly gravitates toward the Zelda style, like Zelda Link's Awakening, their original Legend of Zelda, and games like Blossom Tales. However, I was able to get my best friend to get into a 2D platformer because of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. The art style and fun gameplay elements that this game includes are phenomenal and transformative to Super Mario Bros. I'm not the biggest Super Mario Bros. Fan. I'm not the biggest 2D platformer fan. However, after watching and reading some reviews about Super Mario Bros., I knew it was a must-buy, and I knew that I could not pass it up, and I have had fun every second of playing it. The only reason that Super Mario Bros. Is down at number 5 on my list is because it's not a game that I crave to play every second of the day that I don't get to play a game. So there are other games higher up on this list that I would rather play than Super Mario Bros. However, if I'm in a couch co-op session, I probably would gravitate more toward that game, but that is less frequent than me doing single player gameplay modes. So that's why Super Mario Bros. Comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 for Game of the Year for me is a bit of a controversial one. And I say that it's controversial mostly because a lot of people had this game as their Game of the Year. And no, it's not Baldur's Gate 3. The game that I'm talking about is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is an amazing video game. It is a game that I would recommend to anybody first who just got a Nintendo Switch. I think it is one of the best Legend of Zelda games to ever come out. However, it just didn't appeal to me as much as some other games that came out this year did. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, like I said, is amazing. I do feel like some of the puzzles in it or some of the gameplay elements can be a little bit difficult to approach, especially if you're not used to the Breath of the Wild style of play. Now, if you're somebody that was in love with Breath of the Wild, then yeah, Tears of the Kingdom definitely is going to be your favorite game. However, for me, I never got fully immersed into Breath of the Wild. I didn't get it at the start, and it took me a while to pick up on it. So I never got to play all the way through it. And same with Tears of the Kingdom, I still haven't gotten to play all the way through it. I played through a decent amount. However, I did find some of just the regular gameplay to be a little bit not up my alley as much as other games were. So since Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom just wasn't necessarily made for me personally, that is why it is at number 4 for me. So since Legend of Zelda is just a game that I'm not completely into makes it come down to number 4 for me. Even though I still enjoyed what I played, it's not everything that I desire or want to play in a video game, so it is a little bit lower on my list. However, it's still an amazing game that I would recommend to anybody with a Nintendo Switch. So quite a good pickup. However, it does come in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 for my game of the year is Hogwarts Legacy. Now, I have the digital copy of Hogwarts Legacy. That's why I'm not picking up a case and showing it to you. But Hogwarts Legacy is number 3 for me, mostly because when it came out early this year, I got pretty excited about it once I saw the reviews for it. Decided it was a pretty good game to start out my year, and I enjoyed every minute that I played of Hogwarts Legacy. I haven't gotten through the complete story. I'm pretty close near the end, and I do intend to try to platinum it eventually. Hogwarts Legacy is my kind of game. Now, I'm not a super big fan of Harry Potter, not a super big fan of Hogwarts, never have been. However, this game has a nice world, has a nice scenery. It does a good job at kind of immersing you and your character into the Hogwarts world. I enjoy the fighting mechanics of it with the powers and like almost shooting with your wand, as well as having those up close and personal encounters with enemies. I think that some of the battles and some of the things that you do in Hogwarts Legacy do get a bit repetitive. However, I still enjoy the game greatly. I still want to go back to it more than I do some other games. So that is why Hogwarts Legacy is at my number 3 for this year. Coming in at number 2 is a game that I have had a lot of fun with, and that is Diablo 4. Now, Diablo 4 probably won't be that high on a lot of people's list. However, I am a huge fan of Diablo. I absolutely love Diablo 3. I've played Diablo 3 on multiple systems multiple times, and Diablo 4 was a must-buy for me. Now, I got Diablo 4 on my Xbox Series X as soon as I got the Xbox Series X. This is the first game that I purchased on it, and I played hours and hours, spent my whole summer basically on Diablo 4. Quite an amazing game. It has that pure Diablo format. The only reason that I fell off of it was whenever they started Season 1. As a lot of you know, they did some updates and they did their Battle Pass system, which I wasn't a big fan of. Kind of fell off whenever they started the seasonal content. However, the story, the original story of Diablo 4, the gameplay of Diablo 4, the character development, especially with the Necromancer on Diablo 4, absolutely amazing. I love this game. It is my absolute favorite couch co-op game. I also play Diablo 4 with my best friend on the Series X, and we have fun every single time. Some of the menu systems are a bit complicated, and like I said, the seasonal content isn't that great, but this game is just pure fun. You get beautiful cinematic cutscenes and so much other good video game content in it that it's just a no-brainer for me personally to put at number 2. I love its gameplay right up my alley, storyline right up my alley, visuals beautiful. So that is why Diablo 4 is my number 2 for Game of the Year this year. Now, coming in at number 1 as my personal Game of the Year. Now, coming in at number 1 for my Game of the Year is a game that I pre-ordered immediately as it was available for pre-order, and that is Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16 is my Game of the Year for multiple reasons. One, its combat is perfect in my opinion, or near perfect in my opinion. It is made by the people who made Devil May Cry. I'm a big fan of Devil May Cry. It is in the Final Fantasy worlds, which I absolutely love to explore and experience. I love multiple Final Fantasy games. They're one of my favorite game series. I like that you can start anywhere in the series. I like a lot of things about Final Fantasy. And I absolutely love the different effects that they add into this, the fire, the way that the visuals are, how it uses the DualSense controller. This was the most addictive game that I have played this year. Final Fantasy 16 is a game that you can stop and save at different points. You can do side quests that are still interesting, main quests that are interesting. The characters in this game also you get an in-depth review of. All of the things that they added into the gameplay features of Final Fantasy 16 just to make it a little bit easier, a bit more approachable for different players, made this game to be absolutely perfect for me. And another fun fact about Final Fantasy 16 is it came out the day before my birthday, so it was a bit of a birthday present and a birthday experience for me. I did actually get to play this, and I played multiple hours and multiple days in a row just Final Fantasy, purely immersed myself into that world and enjoyed every single second of it. I do have a strong plan to platinum this game and do the New Game Plus. Haven't gotten that far yet. However, I'm near completion and am excited to play it once more. So, Final Fantasy 16 is definitely my number one top game of this year. So, thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe down below. Those are my top 5 games of this year. Leave a comment down below letting me know what games you got to play or what games you enjoyed this year. I love reading your all's comments when you leave them. And you can also let me know what games you're looking forward to playing from 2023 maybe that are on your backlog, or what games you might want to pick up pretty soon and play. And with all of that said, I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again in the future. Bye!